Just want to do a quick one again, just kind of reiterate yesterday's, advice from my police perspective, my 22 years of service with the Houston Police Department, now retired. And now that I'm retired and, paying attention to criminal cases and, um, you know, and kind of going back and seeing, thinking of things that happened in my career. I was like, people really need to know that you need to have a lawyer when being questioned by police, especially in regards to any serious case, but just really any case, and not to obstruct justice. Always follow the law and always be a good, prudent, sober citizen. Avoid conflict, avoid drama. And but if you find yourself in a situation such like this is a very serious. He's accused of murder. I don't know why someone wouldn't have a lawyer with them. This is their second interview with them. So I'm just going to kind of go over some things. We talked about non-consensual and consensual interviews. Consensual interviews are just a police officer coming and talking to you, but you don't have to stay. If they have nothing to keep you on, then, say, am I free to go? Okay. And you leave and then go talk to your lawyer, right? But if it's non-consensual, then they got to read you the Miranda warning. And then again, you'll say, I don't want to talk until I, get with my attorney, and then, get it with an attorney as quick as you can. And yesterday, I want to correct something. I mixed it up yesterday, just accidentally. I said non-consensual and consensual. I just, basically inverted them on inadvertently. So anyway, if you hear it, non-consensual, you have to read the Miranda warning. Consensual, you don't have to read the Miranda warning. And consensual, they don't have to tell you that, oh, you can leave if you want. No, they're not gonna tell you that, right? So anyway, let's go ahead and look at this right here and, just give some tips and just show you like things that to watch for. Just one thing real quick. They're at Kevin West's home. He's accused of strangling his wife to death. I do think he did it. They had a terrible marriage. He was a battalion fire chief. He was a good guy. I think he made a tragic mistake. And the police are coming for a second time to come talk to him at his house. He gave the first interview without a lawyer. He's now giving a second interview without a lawyer. He went to trial. He was convicted. He's serving a life without parole sentence, and he's in jail. So this house no longer is his, and that truck is he's in jail for the rest of his life. So this is why it's important for you to get a lawyer. Not to say that would have prevented him from getting convicted, but definitely wouldn't hurt to help him, So here they come for the second time, coming to talk to him. Just an everyday dude taking care of his dog, 28 years in the fire department. Cute doggy, nice house. Handsome, paws,
A couple other things we wanted to touch up on. Yeah, sure. Is it okay time? Yeah, let's come on in here. Sure.
I mean, he says it's an okay time. That's consent. And also, we talked about yesterday, Fourth Amendment searches and seizures. Do they have a warrant to be inside your house? Now, he let them in. That's a consent. He gave them consent to come in his house. Now, anything they see in that house, it can be part of the case, right? So he's just consensually let them in, I mean, this is big time. I mean, I'm not saying maybe not in this case, but in other cases, if they find evidence, I mean, this is why, no, I don't want you coming in my house right now. Let me get my attorney. If they think that makes you look guilty, don't worry. I think your attorney can work it, work that out. But I mean, if but again, you have free will. I'm just, giving my opinion. I'm not a lawyer. I'm giving my opinion on the advice of being a 22-year law enforcement officer with the Houston Police Department with a lot of experience. So. And real quick, again, I was a police officer. I'm on these guys' side. These are my brothers. They, I love them. But, I'm just saying, I also want to help just regular people of America that might not know these things. And the thing is, look, did they tell them, hey, we don't have a warrant to come in your house. So, this is, I just want to let you know you do have a right to kick us out. No, they don't say that. Do they tell them, hey, this is a consensual interview, and hey, you can go at any time. You can just, because maybe he gets uncomfortable at some point, No, they don't tell him that either. Now, what if in court he says, I thought I couldn't leave, and they didn't even tell me I could leave. So, I felt coerced to be there, right? Now that could be a defense for you, like getting your statements thrown out, right? But they would have to prove, the lawyers would have to argue. But if they say, okay, were you in handcuffs? No. Were you in your own house? Yeah. Were the doors open? Yeah. Could you have walked out of them at any time? Yeah. Did the police tell you couldn't leave? No. Now this is what a lot of people will say, and it makes sense to a certain degree. These guys probably have firearms on. They've got their badges, and they're police doing an investigation. Now, would it be plausible to think, you know what, the police are here? I'm kind of doing an interview. I don't think I can leave, just get up and walk off. That'd be rude, and I don't know if some people might not know. Do I have a right to get up and leave? I mean, I don't want to end the interview and be rude to these guys. You absolutely can end that interview. Okay, I'm just letting you know. But that doesn't work in court. The courts will probably, again, you could get a great lawyer for millions of dollars. He may be able to argue, he felt coerced and, he was looking at their guns and, again, that's probably not going to work. Again, there's probably, case law. Again, I'm not a lawyer, but case law probably will, stand up to you weren't in handcuffs. They never told you were under arrest. You were in your own house. The doors were all open. You could walk around. Did they prevent you from walking around? Did they, again, did they block your, way out or whatever? And they would say, yeah, they didn't, you could have left, you just didn't. And it's not our fault. You didn't know that law, whatever. Okay, let's keep going. We'll make this quick.
I don't remember you from last time.
Look at, and that's a police tactic. I'm just, hey, doggy, all upbeat. These guys are here to put him in jail for the rest of his life, and they're very suspicious now. They're here to collect more damning evidence, more than likely, and they're not your friend. They should be wearing I'm just saying. I mean, little Grim Reaper suits or something. I mean, they're not. They're being friendly, but they ain't your friend. Trust me. And the police are allowed to lie in interview interrogations. Or, there's been case law on that too. They can say, "Oh, we got you dead to rights, and we got all this evidence," and it's okay for them to lie in interviews and interrogations.
There's an evil one and a good one.
An evil one, totally adopted Marcy son, and for the rest, you can't even look the stairs without bleeding.
Still getting used to these. Still audio and video recording, so.
Oh, just an audio video recording the damning evidence you're about to give me without a lawyer.
I appreciate you guys being good with my kids on the phone with both.
I mean, look at, he's trying to gain favor. These cops are hardened cops. I mean, you ain't gonna, they're not on your side. Thanks for being nice to my kids. And that's not gonna prevent they don't give two F's.
Of course, I sent Ted up to his room and he came out and I was just worried about him, but I appreciate it.
Of course. And are you good with it recording? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Consent. They got his consent. Are you okay with this? Everything good? Everything consent.
Perfect. So,
he didn't leave. He just sat there and answered my questions. Are you good with this? Everything cool? Look, he's got a list of questions.
Mostly about her in Goldendale in 2015, brought him back. My mom and I went to pick her up in Goldendale and brought her back.
Look at, he's all being friendly. He's trying to connect. He knows he's in a little trouble, I think.
Grew up with one, and then we just lost the brother for a little while. 4 years ago.
Talking about a dog death 40 years ago. Come on. It don't work. It don't work. You need a lawyer.
Well, one of the reasons we came back out here, we wanted to follow up. It's typical in these investigations.
One of the reasons we came back out here is we're getting more information that you are involved in in her death, and you are the suspect, and we're probably going to charge you with murder. That's why we're back out here. That's not what he's going to say, though.
It takes a couple times. One thing we should have asked or talked about last time. Do you still have Marcy's cell phone?
I do.
Would we be able to
I mean, right here, I think a lawyer would say you need to get a warrant. If you got probable cause, get into my phone and get a, have a warrant for that. Good. That'll give you buy more time to get a lawyer and you work out a story. And I'm not saying make up stories. Just get your ducks in a row. He's just gonna willy nilly give this guy his phone. So that's big time. I mean, if they may not have probable cause to get your phone. He's willing to. I mean, this is why you need an attorney. How much information is in that phone? Your phone, his phone, and now they're going to match up what you're saying with what's in the phone. He's about to give them willy nilly.
you get that?
Again, you're not obstructing justice by,
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Here's the refile by one of the.
of the questions the lawyers told you to ask, the prosecutors told you to ask. I mean, see how they're doing a little secret? Here's a brief outline of what the medical examiner and prosecutors told us to ask to F this guy. I mean, dude, that's what they're doing.
He says,
Trying to get now he's getting the code. I mean,
do you remember? I remember the numbers to mom's cell phone.
and you being more helpful doesn't, does nothing.
Wait for the code. So
They don't care. It's not gonna.
her phone, like our Rocket Mortgage and our bill thing. That was. Oh, okay.
And then one other thing, or a couple other things. As far as
Did you
the
kill her?
website stuff, first off, thank you for sending that. I know we talked kind of at length about like the heart issues. Just one.
Again, they're trying to nail down. He claimed, he claims she had a seizure. Now they're trying to nail down your fake, health concerns. They're trying to nail you down here.
Back on that, like the chest pain and stuff that she's feeling.
Yeah. So I thought about it a lot, and she would complain of headaches. She complained of I didn't need to go away from the chest pain.
No. That's
Yeah, he's thought about it a lot because he's got to make up a story that he didn't choke her to death.
And then, was there anything in particular? This may be a broad question, but anything, I guess, specific that prompted getting the?
And he's got his little folder there. He's hiding the little paper from the guy, but he's reading out. That's probably given to him by a prosecutor.
Getting in December.
No, in fact, to do it in December, we had to schedule. Like right now, we're scheduling for next year.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we never. Just knowing she doesn't go in for physicals and all these, I was like, and that this year was the first year it was opened up to spouses.
Oh, okay.
So it's line personnel, spouses, and then retirees, then volunteers, and it was based on how much space was available, how many homes were available. So I was like, I work hand in hand with Dan Hammond, who runs the court.
All right, we don't need to hear all that with else.
Do we want to get into this? Just something in the way you are.
Wait, let's see their secret meeting.
I'm gonna swing by as well. Do we want to get into this?
Do we want to get into any something?
Yeah, something we have to. Okay.
Finding the balance. It's always in June when we have to do the decide how many dances your daughter's going to be in.
We don't need any of that. Anything. Trying to get the code to the phone.
To pay for college, to have $18,000 to be able to pay for.
Okay, now they're talking about financial troubles. More reason you want to kill your wife. I mean.
And if it's leggings, I'd imagine probably the same material inside and out. Well,
I'm sure. Yeah.
and then.
Oh, he asked about her.
Would she wear a bra when she slept even?
He asked about why she was dressed weird.
She may have put them on in the dark.
Okay.
I have no idea what that would be. I have no idea what that would be.
And if it's leggings, I'd imagine probably the same material inside and out. Well,
I'm sure, yeah.
There was a claim that she may have been naked when he strangled her, and he was trying to get her dressed in a hurry, so he put a bra on her haphazardly and put her jeans on inside out. That's what they're trying to nail him down to. I don't know if that really screwed him, but again, these are
would she
key
wear a bra
things that.
even?
Oh,
She would?
oh,
Okay.
always. And that, if I remember right, it was something to do with the implants and it was recommended.
Okay.
Okay, she always wore a bra.
We moved a bunch of furniture because we had our family come out in December and we did carpet cleaning.
So they're talking about configuration of the furniture. Maybe because she had an injury to her head, did it hit on the furniture? And so that's what they're asking here. Once again, they're trying to get you to get a baseline statement, then ask you another question and see if you change your answer.
The dresser was still in the walk-in closet, you know.
Okay.
So even when I went through her clothes and had the kids pick out what they wanted to keep, I got to keep the dresser.
Okay. Where was the dresser at before?
So the dresser was at the foot of the bed.
Okay.
Against that wall, you can see there's like
Like I said, it's gonna be a short video. I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there. But yeah. So like I said, one another reason to get an attorney. This is a lot of details they're going over, but I wanted to make this one short. So hope you learned something from this video, and we'll see you on the next one.